Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Temperatures are dropping eventually at some point, maybe, please. When that happens, that means bugs are going to try and invade your domicile. You do not want them in your house. Protect your home by calling Southeast Termite and Pest Control. I know they can protect your house because they protect mine. All right, back with Bob, Mike, Daniel, Chuck. Very quick segment. Let's take a look at the SEC's bowl schedule this week. You see them there in chronological order. Do any of those really stand out? Aside from Alabama versus Michigan State, playoff game, the Cotton Bowl on New Year's Eve, and Tennessee, of course. But which ones stand out as, man, I really want to watch this one?
I would kind of like Michigan and Florida. I mean, I think that can be a good bowl.
As terrible as Florida's offense is?
Well, that they may not be terrible against Michigan. So, I mean, and that's a great
yawn.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Chuck from the standpoint of the matchup looks really, really good. Florida and Michigan.
Remember what we talked about before the day they were picking the bowls? Remember how I said Florida, Michigan would be a bigger draw TV-wise than Tennessee? Let's see how Tennessee Northwestern draws versus Florida, Michigan. I guarantee you Florida, Michigan draws more.
I want to see Auburn, Memphis. I've watched a bunch of Memphis games this year. They're really exciting to watch. I want to see them against another SEC team.
I just think most of them are yawners, guys. I
think you're right, but the most important thing is they're winnable. And after the SEC West didn't win a game last year, I think you go out there and you say, we need to have a good showing to get some more good players in.
I look at this thing and, one thing that stands out to me, you got the Birmingham Bowl, and I know that the SEC is based in Birmingham, so they try and support that bowl. The Shreveport, Tennessee couldn't fill up the the SEC couldn't fill up the Independence Bowl this year. But I think the SEC blew it when you look at the bowl contracts that they just signed this past year. I said at the time, I don't know if you agree or not, but I was watching Indiana Duke yesterday in Yankee Stadium. As a fan, wouldn't you trade Shreveport for New York City? The SEC is kind of cowardly when it comes to their bowls. They don't ever leave the footprint except for Charlotte, which is practically in the footprint. Wouldn't you rather play in Las Vegas against a Pac-12 team? If you're talking about a crummy bowl, would you rather have the crummy bowl in Birmingham or a crummy bowl in Vegas?
I agree.
I wish there weren't contracts where you could just go to the Sun Bowl, go to the Holiday Bowl, go to the Foster Farms
Is a
Bowl.
lot of that because you're subconscious about how many tickets can be sold and how many fans can be there? Because so many of these games, the stands are empty.
It's not even about that anymore. Again, also on bowl selection day, we talked about it. So much of it is now just TV. What are your TV rates? Because you got that corporate sponsor. It used to be about bringing people to town. Now it's more about who's paying those millions of dollars to get their name on your bowl game, and they want a good TV matchup.
That's what I'd say is I think we're to the point now where ticket sales really shouldn't even matter because it's so little of how much money actually goes to each team. So put Georgia out there in the Hawaii Bowl or something like that where it's a lot of fun. And I mean, let's be honest, on the East Coast, we're going to watch the games at night more than likely than if they're in the middle of the day anyway.
Yeah.
If you put them in Hawaii, they can play middle of the day, have a good time and go.
We got to catch a break, but I'm a big fan of the idea of a bowl draft. Whoever pays the most gets to draft first, and you go on down the line. That's the way I would do it. When we come back, and I've got the answer for everything. They're just never right, but I have an answer for everything. When we come back, we're going to talk about Northwestern's chances. How can Northwestern actually beat Tennessee? It'll be a quick segment because their chances are slim, right? Come on back.
From East Tennessee to Kentucky, no job is too small for Benedict Construction. Electrical work, heating and air installation, even carports and garages. With a reputation for excellence, rely on the custom work of Benedict Construction.